Hey friends, I wanted to share with you some insight about music. For those of us who have mold illness or a multiple chemical sensitivity or any kind of a chronic illness, sound can be hard for us. And music, listening to music can be very hard for us. And an example of that I'll share with you is I never have the TV on. I never have a radio on. When I'm driving in my car, I do not play music. It's usually silence. The sound of the road is enough noise for me to have to deal with. And it's true for other people as well. That sound is just, it's overstimulating and it takes a lot for our body to process it. So even loud noises, things like that. Concerts are difficult. You name it. That I'm not coming on to tell you all the things that are difficult about music, but to share with you that music has a healing property. And what I mean by that is it can help with what's called a reset of our body. It can help with it's called a parasympathetic reset. And it can actually soothe our body. I learned this actually from my doctor because 6 months ago, I wasn't doing so great. I was coming off of having had a cut that got infected. It was a paper cut when we moved from a box that became infected. It took 2 months for it to heal. And then that added an inflammation level to my body that I was already fighting toxins from the mold, already fighting inflammation and the multiple chemical sensitivity, that you just add that extra layer of crazy to my body. My body was in this hyper stress mode, and it made being around even people and the noises of people talking or crowds was just so overstimulating. I just couldn't do it. So I did have to say no to a lot of things over Christmas break because it was just too much for my body to tolerate. And one of the things that my doctor had suggested was we need to get your parasympathetic system, we need to soothe it, we need to reset it. And I was like, well, what in the world is that? And I'm not here to tell you what that is on this message, but I just want to tell you how music was something that was suggested. At first was told to me, try a cold shower. And then I explained to her when my body is exposed to too much water, what my body does. And so we found a compromise that was putting my head under very cold water. And I had a video of that a while ago, and how actually doing that every day, that brought the stress level in my body down. And then the second thing she suggested was, Renee, sing. Just try to sing. And I will be honest, at that time when my body was it was in a mode of just fighting. It was just surviving is what it felt like. Conversations were hard. There's so much that was just hard on top of sound that to be told to sing, I didn't even have a joy inside of me to feel like I could sing. And so I remember it was within the next couple days, getting out of bed, sitting up and going, my doctor says I need to sing. It was taking so much energy to just try to think of a song to sing. And I remembered a worship song, finally remembered something, and I couldn't even sing it like I remember how I used to sing it. It was just the words were coming out, but no life to it. But I recognized something that it began to do. And that's something I wanted to share with you, is that when we are ill, silence is good to an extent. But too much silence, our body can't even hear ourselves. And what I mean by that is if we don't sing, we don't talk out loud with affirmations, sometimes our body forgets. And what I found was when I started singing, speaking, I started hearing myself. And it was almost like a reminder, Renee, you're alive. Renee, you're still here. Renee, you are kicking. Renee, you are fighting. though I weren't saying those words, I was just trying to remember words to a song and just trying to verbalize them out. But it was that sound, my own sound, and my ears recognizing it that almost made myself go, there she is. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was a beautiful recognition. No, I don't sing every day since then, but it is something I have begun to try to remember. Renee, you need to sing today. And even when I didn't feel like it, even if I didn't have the energy to do it, even if you don't have the memory of the words, at least hum, Renee, make your own tune, whatever. And so I would do things like that. When I would get up to clean or whatever, I would try to remind myself, Renee, get a tune, get it out of your mouth. And so I've done those sort of things, and it is literally resetting a parasympathetic nervous system within me. We've got two different systems, and this one needs to rest and digest. And I'm finding that it actually brings this peace. It actually brings a rest to my body. It brings the self-affirmation. And if you look online about the parasympathetic reset, it talks about helping your body to soothe. It talks about altering your heart rate. So it's all good stuff that music can bring to you. And there is a literal scientific proof. I find that when I sing, I love the silence when my grandkids come and I don't have the TV on or nothing like that, and we're just playing, a song will just come, and so I'll just sing it, and I notice they just join right in, or they'll say, teach me one, Grandma. And so I get to share that healing piece that I receive when a song comes out. I can share that with my grandkids and share that with other people. That's something you could do too. So I pray for your healing, and I pray that a song can come forth. I know it's not easy when we're sick. May it help you. You take care. Bye, my friend.